Hello, everyone. You might have noticed that I've been doing these H3VR type videos for a couple days now, and I realized that while I was recording these videos, that people might not really understand what's going on, or really what I'm doing in these videos. So I'm just gonna give you like a little overview of what H3VR is and what Take and Hold is, which is the game mode I've been playing. So H3VR is a gun simulation virtual reality video game. So you can't play this game if you don't own any kind of VR. Personally, I'm using an Oculus Quest, but it works with the HTC Vive and the Valve Index and pretty much any other VR system that you can think of. And Take and Hold is where I spend most of my time in this game because I find it to be the most entertaining. So what is Take and Hold? It's a game mode where you go through an area and collect weapons and clear out holds and do little shooting challenges in order to get the highest score possible. But it's really easier just to show you what Take and Hold is rather than explain it. So to start off with that, we're going to choose our character. And if you start up Take and Hold and you don't have this like big lettering up here that says caching complete, don't worry about that. That's because I have mods installed. Like Comrade Kobasa here and Silent Sully and Looting Larry. These are all modded characters. So you don't have to worry if you don't have them, because they're not even supposed to be here to begin with. So don't worry. But anyway, we're going to start with beginner Blake, because he, like as the name might suggest, he's the most beginner-friendly character. And I think that is the best way to introduce people to Take and Hold. He spawns with 1 high-capacity pistol, melee weapon, and 2 health power-ups. Uses beginner progression and a simplified weapon pool to help you understand what you're doing. So on to the center panel. What does any of this crap mean? So game length, 5 holds standard is 5 holds. So that these runs usually last about 30 minutes. On beginner Blake, I could probably speedrun it and do it in like 15, but 30 minutes tends to be the average length of your Take and Hold run. 3 hold short tends to be around 10 minutes. It's just about half of your standard hold count, and it's really if you just want a quick game, don't have a lot of time, you just want to do something quick and then be done with it, and endless is exactly what it says on the tin. So hold sequence seed, you have a choice of 9 of them. These will randomly select, or these will dictate the order of holds that you will be encountering and what rooms they'll be in. And I think number 4 is the easiest, so I think I might pick number 4 just to go with the easiest. So spawn lock is when you put like a magazine in a holster here and you press the which button is this? The B button on your left or right hand, or the Y button on your left hand, or the B button on your right, and you press it while a magazine is in that little holster, and that will enable spawn lock, which will just allow you to pull out magazines willy-nilly. It's basically infinite reserve ammunition, and limited ammo is the exact opposite of that. You only have a limited amount of magazines, so you have to do a lot more ammo management. So health mode, we're going to do standard, because standard will give you 5,000 HP, and that means you can take a fair amount of shots before you keel over and die. Hardcore, 1 hit, you only have 1 hit, you get shot once, you're dead. And custom will disable your score, but you can choose what kind of health you want. So Juggernaut will basically make you nearly invulnerable, and you can kind of guess what everything else means, but we're going to do standard. So AI difficulty, this is actually the one time, if you're a beginner, I recommend you play on hardcore, because you get 3 times score, and also I think the enemies are way more fun to fight in the hardcore difficulty, and I'm going to be teaching you sort of how to counteract some of the strategies they're going to use against you. I also recommend turning off your radar, unless you have like some kind of hearing disorder that prevents you from hearing things well. like if you're hard of hearing or like you need a hearing aid or something, then I would recommend using the radar so you can see where enemies are on the radar rather than having to listen for them. Because if you don't have your radar on, you will need to be using your ears. You're going to need to listen for where they are, and that's how you're going to know how they're coming for you. So target mode, I like to do all types because that will give you the maximum amount of encryptions, and I'll be explaining encryptions as we come across them. So item spawner, you want that disabled. Soci gun reloading, you also want that disabled. Basically what that means is that the enemies have their own unique subsector of weapons, and if you gain the ability to reload them, that might give you an advantage. Background audio, AI narration, radar, whatever hand you want on. I have it on my left hand because I think that's easiest. But this is all just kind of configurables. I usually don't touch this bottom part. And here you can choose your map. You can go through Northeast Dakota. That's a modded map I have. The nuclear city. But Northeast Dakota is a huge open map. Very not recommended at all for new players. I highly recommend you start with the classic hallways. So now that I'm done jabbering about all that crap, let's actually play the freaking game. Just grab that hot dog off the pedestal and shove it into your mouth, and that will start the game. So we're gonna sit here in a loading screen for a bit while the game gets everything together, and I'm gonna take a few much needed breaths. And forgive me if the audio on this is a little bad. This is my first time doing like commentary over VR gameplay, and I have a very weird setup for that. But anyway, you'll notice these things on the table. This is your melee weapon. You want to grab that, stick that in a holster, sling lock it, so when you drop it, it'll just automatically teleport back into your holster. Very convenient. This is a good melee, a machete. Very good for chopping up enemies. And you have your health hot dogs here. You just want to keep those on you. I keep them up here in my top holsters. Also, if you don't know how to get this vest, you go to the options panel, and I think it's in quick belt configuration, and then you want new tactical test. That's the one you're going to be looking for. That's the one I use. That's one most other players use as well. So to use a health hot dog, you just grab it and then put it into your mouth. Your character will eat it and you will be healed. And your health is up here. You just look up and you can see it. So to open this, you just press the trigger on these little latches. Grab it, pull up. We have ourselves a pistol here. Looks like I got myself a Glock. Very good. So we're going to load that up. To load up a pistol, you just stick the mag in, rack the slide, and you're ready to party. Can I take that off? No, okay, that's fine. This is the Glock 17 Custom. Not my favorite, honestly. Could have gotten me a better pistol, but we are going to roll with what we were given, since I think that's another fun way to play take and hold, is using what the game gives you, even if it's not good. And I can tell you what's good and not good, but pretty much in beginner Blake, you're never gonna really get a bad roll. So we're coming up on our first supply point. These blue little icons on your radar, these are supply points. You usually want to go for these before taking on the orange one, which is the hold, and that's what we're going to take so we can progress. So there will be enemies in these supply points, so be prepared. So we're going to ready our gun, and you want to shoot these guys in the head. That will usually one-shot kill them. These guys have very weak armor, so even if you shoot them in the body, it's usually not a worry. These little white boxes here, you want to break them, because you can find an override token.
Override token found.
And that will allow you to buy things at the shop. The shop doesn't have anything I want right now. Bolt actions, you don't need it, you already have a gun. And boxes can also have health in them, so if you're low on health, you can break a box. Put your hand up to it and you will collect it, but I am full on health, so it's just not going to do anything, and then it will disappear. So this is an ammo station. This little icon, that's a single bullet. It will spawn a single bullet. Good way to know what kind of bullet you're going to get, and this is a very, very good bullet we just got here. So let's say you want to fill your magazine with bullets. You just press this button right here, and that'll fill your magazine with bullets. This will also reload any magazine that you have in your gun, so you can see now that those bullets are in that magazine. If you have a revolver, press this for speed loaders. If you have a clip-fed weapon of any kind, press that for clips, but I don't have either of those, so they're just going to give me an error. But anyway, we just got +P armor-piercing incendiary rounds for our pistol, which is very, very good. That is insanely good. That's the best type of bullet that I could get right now, so I'm very happy with that.
Oh dear.
You can already see the armor-piercing and incendiary taking effect. And I have some custom music, by the way. This is not default music. Thought I'd go for something a bit more relaxed this time around. So, the Sosigs will come in, and you just want to listen for them. You can usually tell which entrance they're going to come in from. Usually just by... Oh, they're going to come from down here. Usually just by the noises they make. Because they are floppy and wet and made out of meat. And they make a lot of noise when they move around. So you can usually just tell. You can also just run around and look. So that's a static encryption. Looks like a red diamond. Just shoot it. That'll break it. That's all you gotta do. Just shoot it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Data extracted.
So
3
let us
override tokens found.
go through.
Advance to next system node and take it.
Yes, the narrator is instructing us what to do, but we have 2 more supply points, so we are going to want to go through both of them. So we're going to take this first one. Oh yes, that's also a mechanic. Usually after the first hold, Sosigs will begin patrolling around the map. If you encounter them, they will attack you, so be prepared. But usually, you just want to kill these guys before they get the chance to kill you. And looks like that next shop is right next to this one. So that guy heard the commotion, is going to come through. So we're just going to put him down before he gets the opportunity to put us down.
I'm gonna take my 15 minutes now.
And they do speak, the Sosigs do talk, and that can be a dead giveaway of their location. So that guy said, huh? And I immediately knew where he was. So just keep your ears open, and you have no problem finding the Sosigs. You can also just use your gun to shoot boxes. If you're playing limited ammo, that's obviously a bad idea, since you're wasting bullets. But if you're playing spawn lock like me, don't matter. So let's break more boxes, collect our override tokens. Did I collect the override token in the last one? I'm kind of absent-minded right now. Looks like I did, and I just forgot. So that's a 2-star pistol roll. Don't need it, we already got one. That's a shield hot dog. That is a power-up that will give you a temporary invincibility buff. You will not be able to take any kind of damage while you have a shield up. But it looks like we have ourselves a 3-star submachine gun. So we're going to roll that one. Hopefully it's a 9mm. Looks like we got a 9mm. Is that 9mm? Sure is. So we got ourselves an Uzi here. We're going to pull out that stock. And we're just going to load her up. There we go. And turn off the safety. If you want to know how to turn off the safety, press the B button on your right controller. Or the Y button, and that'll turn off the safety. We're going to keep it on single fire, and we are going to load this one up with API rounds. Because the advantage that this will give us is that we can do full auto, and that might help with taking out enemies. So we're going to load that up with these API rounds, because they are better than these full metal jackets. And looks like you're full up. Load you in. Perfect. So, a laser Could be good in the long run, so we'll grab it. No reason not to. We have plenty of override tokens. So we'll stick that on our pistol for the time being. So we have a nice little laser. If you have trouble with aiming down the sights, a laser is a very good way to know where your bullet is going to go. Because that laser is going to tell you exactly where that bullet will land. And for me, I usually don't aim down the sights very often. I just kind of aim in the general direction of where the enemy is, and my bullets tend to land, as you've noticed. But let us not waste any more time, and let us go take the hole. You always want to keep on the lookout, because patrols do respawn. So usually when I see a hole, I just go right for it. Touch my hand on the thing right there, and we get started. So for this hole, in this hallway, I always hide back here, because enemies cannot spawn there or there. They always come from over here. So this is a good place to camp out. Kinda wish the music wouldn't fade out like that, just because I killed the first wave of guys. What's the great thing about H3VR rounds? They can go through those deployable little cover walls there. We got more statics. Let's take them out. Easy peasy. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, you got cover right here. So if you ever get shot at, just stick back here. And that's free cover.
Analyzing system.
And the enemies usually won't be able to see you. So just shoot those guys in the head. Body shots also work. But usually when they end up on the ground, you want to put a couple in their head. That's the most surefire way to kill them. If you can explode their head, which you've seen a couple times already, that is the most surefire way to make sure they're dead. If the head is destroyed in any capacity, that is 100% dead. So this is hardened encryption. Those little gray bits you saw around it, you can't shoot those, your bullets will bounce off. You have to shoot the red in the center.
4 override tokens. Advance to next system node and take it.
So you might
Man, that was a good one.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like you're all dead. Very good. So, 4-star battle rifle. I'm gonna hold my tongue on that one for a bit.
Override
Not sure if I
token
want it. This is a gun selling station, so if you're not happy with the gun you have, you can sell it. Every gun is worth 1 override token. Even if it's like a rifle or a light machine gun or even a rocket launcher, it will always be worth 1, so keep that in mind. And that always means that rolls for guns that are worth 1 star are pretty much always free. Since if you don't like it, you can always just sell it. Took some damage there. Not a big deal though. So as you can see, patrols have increased in frequency. And one thing about patrols is that occasionally, when their bodies explode into chunks, they can drop health. So there are multiple ways for you to get health without having to use any of your health sausages. You usually want to save those for a hold, because those will keep you alive if you're taking a lot of damage. And they can be a quick way to prevent death. So, looks like all you were dead. So that previous hold had a 4-star assault rifle. I saw it,
Override token.
and it interested me quite greatly. So I think I'm gonna go grab that 4-star assault rifle. Those tend to be pretty good. And there's an example of patrols dropping health. Very nice. So let's go and grab that 4-star assault rifle, because those tend to be pretty good rolls in beginner Blake. So let's go ahead and put our Uzi away. Grab that AR. Let's rearrange our mags. Looks like we got ourselves a bullpup. Not my favorite. Would have liked a stay mag, but a bullpup that takes AK magazines is not the worst thing I could have gotten either. We're going to take off that laser and put it on this bad boy because it has rails. Those rails mean we can put attachments on. Might go ahead and grab a foregrip as well. Here we go. So we have a nice sight, laser, and foregrip. Very good. If only we had a suppressor. And you could top it all off. Take off the safety. Looks like this one is only full auto. Unfortunate, but it does have quick mag drop, so small blessings in a way. Let me see if I pass by an ammo station, because I do want to roll ammo. I might roll away my submachine gun. Really not in any need for it anymore.
Override token found.
Been there, done that. That's the pistol mag, and you're the micro Uzi, so I don't need you. So let's go ahead and sweep by every shop we were just at. See if I passed by an ammo station, because I mostly want to see if I can get armor piercing incendiaries for this one, because I'm already shooting 7.62 by 39, which is a high caliber, could punch through most armor, and is generally just pretty good. Could get a bayonet, but I don't think I'm going to be meleeing any SOSIGs anytime soon. Bayonets really aren't that useful in take and hold. I don't recommend rolling them unless you're playing something like maybe Zeke Zombie Hunter. That is a very different character. So let's go to this last hold here, shop, and see if I pass by an ammo. Looks like I didn't pass by any ammo. You were just health. It's fine. Reloading these bullpups is always kind of awkward, especially because my wrist is like right here, so I usually end up touching my wrist when I try to put the mag in. Small things though. I'm gonna move that a bit closer, because I need to tighten up my headset after this. It's kind of drooping a bit and screwing up my aim. But let's just go ahead and go for the hold. We have no more reason to stick around. And boop, boop.
Interfacing with system node. Hold this position.
Alright.
Analyzing system.
So this one didn't come from down there or over here. Looks like they're coming from down here. Was right. Yeah, I don't like how the music just fades out like that.
Huh?
Oh well.
Static encryption.
Right,
detected.
statics.
Neutralizing.
Good.
Encryption neutralized.
Lasers are also very nice for any kind of encryption. Makes it a lot
Advancing to
easier.
next system layer.
So I think next we're gonna get
Analyzing
hardened.
system.
A bit of lag, not a big deal. So that guy had armor on, but I shot him in the head, so it didn't matter. But this caliber should be able to punch through that armor anyway, so not like it really matters. Okay, looks like they came from down here again. He's dead. You're down. That's one thing about full auto.
Swarm encryption.
Really clear. So, okay, so swarms, those little orange nubs, you want to shoot them. That'll take out the encryption just fine.
Encryption neutralized.
Super easy, super simple to understand.
Hold
That was
successful.
it. So we have
Data extracted.
3 more supply points to go to.
5 override tokens found.
So let's just clear them out.
Advance to next system node and
Enough time!
So we could roll an explosive. No reason to do that though, because you're really more liable to get yourself killed with the explosives than you are killing your enemies. Maybe if you were playing on a larger map, that would be a bit more viable. So this station right here, this is a magazine duplication station. So if I put a mag here, I can spend override tokens to either upgrade it or duplicate it. So I might consider upgrading that mag. right there, because I could get higher capacity for it. Or if I have a gun that doesn't have any magazines, I could spend override tokens to get a magazine for it. But we don't need any of that, so we're just going to ignore that. But yeah, usually I'll consider upgrading a magazine if I'm not certain if a certain role is going to give me a better one or not. And I'll tell you about that role here in a minute. Usually by hold 4, I think we're on, it'll show up. Shoot these guys in the head. Pop them. Easy peasy. Honestly, I might consider selling my pistol too. No real reason to keep it around. I'm exclusively using my rifle, so my pistol can go. But usually it's a smart decision to have a backup weapon of some kind. And your pistol is pretty good for that. So, I just like to sell it because I just don't consider myself in any particular need for it. So it looks like we got ourselves an automatic shotgun. If you struggle with hardened encryption, a shotgun can help you. But I think I'm going to grab that compensator, because that'll help with recoil. So just stick that on the barrel of your gun. Easy.
Override token found.
And then what gun is this? The Mariok. It's a bullpup AK type thing. It's very strange. Yeah, as you can see, we're swimming in override tokens. So if you're afraid you might die, purchase some health, or maybe even a shield power up. Those will help you stay alive. So I want to stop by that magazine upgrade station and see if I can get myself a better mag for my gun. Unfortunately, we haven't passed by any ammo stations, so I'm still cruising with full metal jackets, which is the default that you can get. Let's keep one of these actually, just in case. Yes, mag upgrade, I think that's what that is. Yes, we have ourselves a larger mag. Still have enough to upgrade it again. And that gave us a drum mag, and I think that's the best we can get. Sure is. So we're gonna have to stick that on my back. That's fine, because that is much higher capacity. I think that doubles the capacity we had before. Very good. So I pretty much have the equivalent of a light machine gun right about now. So we're just gonna run straight for this hold, ignore these guys, starting the hold. Well, oh, it looks like I took a shot. That's what I get for being cocky. So for this kind of area, I recommend just keeping on the move. Don't stand in one place for too long. And as long as you stay on the move, you should be fine. Dead? Yes. Okay.
Static encryption detected.
So we got some static. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Don't know if that translated over to the video. Hope it didn't. But if it did, I apologize. But just keep doing what you have been doing. Don't worry about picking up enemy weapons. They're not going to help you. At least not in this character. If you're playing a character called On-Site Procurement Patrice, then they will help you. With this character, they will not. So you're kind of noticing the associates are showing up from different angles now. We're sending one guy through different entrances to try to flank you. But here it's not so bad, because there's only 2 of them. So you shouldn't have to worry. We'll get into that encryption in a second. I really just want to kill wherever this last associate is. There it is. So for recursive, shoot the red nubs. That'll destroy it. If you shoot the blue, then that will spawn more red. And it'll make it harder for you to do what you need to do.
Encryption neutralized.
I think that'll be about it. Yep. Alright.
Data extracted.
So
5 override tokens.
let's go for our last ones.
Advance to
Kill these guys. Easy. These guys really don't have much for armor. They're just wearing clothes and beanies. About as ragtag as you can get around these parts. I don't know why I'm so southern today. Maybe it's because I'm shooting guns. Brings out the American in me. Looks like y'all heard me. Okay, everyone's dead. Not getting any light machine gun rolls, which is very weird. Usually you get one by now, but we'll heal up.
Override token found.
I ain't getting another override token. We are just absolutely swimming in these things. Never really hurting for him on this character. You got plenty to play around and experiment with. There's a grenade launcher. Not really interested. So what we're gonna do is use one of our override tokens to change this one. Didn't give me anything I wanted though. So what we're gonna do is go to this one, change it. Didn't give me what I wanted. Because there is one specific role that I'm looking for. If I don't get it, I'll just tell you what it is. Let's try this one. Oh, we got it. Alright. So this looks like a minigun. It's not going to give you a minigun. I'm already going to tell you that right now. But it will give you a high capacity rifle of some kind. So let's see what I get. Looks like I got myself an RPK. Yeah, it can also give you a light machine gun, and usually how you load these ones up. Ah, crap. Looks like I gotta put you back here. You just kind of stick them on the bottom. The RPK, I don't really remember how it works. It's over here, isn't it? Right? Isn't it over here? I might have to holster this one just to see how it works. Ah, crap. Why do you gotta be so damn big? Tell me. Where do I stick this friggin' magazine? Do I have to do the charging handle first? Or is there another part I forgot to lift up or something? Could have sworn it was like over here where you stuck it. But, well, there it is. So then you grab the bullets, stick them up here, close it down, charge it up. You got yourself a lot of bullets. I'm not going to be using that though. I like this one a lot better. And I'm going to grab this one, full, good. You can go away. We're just going to leave that on the ground. Because that one I can't put as many attachments on. I forfeit my sight and my laser if I decide to do that. That is just not a good option for me. So unfortunately, no ammunition rolls. Yeah, Sosuk will sometimes deploy smoke, and that will obscure your vision temporarily. But usually it's not a big deal. Just shoot them as they come. Usually you can hear them walking down the hallways or coming over to your position. So once you hear them, just get ready. Always be on alert. So this is the last hole. Oh, crud. I knew I'd punch something at least once during this.
Analyzing system.
That's what I get for standing so close to my computer. It's fine. Nothing's working. Yep, just two guys. Could have sworn beginner Blake used to be harder than this. But really, it's not that big a deal. I usually like to stay up here during this hole. Some people like to stay around here. You get visual on pretty much every place they could possibly come from. Also, another thing about high caliber bullets, they can destroy cover. Sometimes it might benefit you to destroy that cover, because you can prevent the enemy from using it, but also keep in mind that you prevent yourself from using it. And I like to stay up here because they most commonly come out here, and if they come up here I can hear them to be able to tell where they come from. Come on, get in there. I also recommend playing with realistic reloading. It's a little finicky at times. Even I struggle with it. But once you get used to it, it really ain't that bad.
Agile encryption.
So agiles, these are the final encryption type you'll encounter in beginner Blake. We're gonna wait for agiles to show up. What you want to do with agiles is wait for them to slow down. My headset's getting all blurry, and I can't see right. But luckily I ain't playing for score. The faster you destroy encryption, the more scores you get. But that should be the end of this run.
Hold successful.
So,
Data extracted.
15-3-1-10.
5 override
That
tokens
appears to be
found.
my best so far, and of course Putter My
Advance to next
Pancakes
system node
is
and
the
take it.
absolute best, because that guy is
Returning
just
to interface.
an absolute god at this game. So there is one encryption type beginner Blake didn't show you, and that's regenerative encryption, and also as well as stealth encryption. Regenerative encryption is kind of just this red ball that shows up and then spits out a bunch of other red balls that are connected by these like strings. And basically what it will do, you want to shoot the center, and that will stop it from regenerating the other red balls it spawns. Then you want to shoot the red balls. If it's starting to respawn them, shoot it in the center again. It's the hardest encryption, but really it ain't that bad once you get down to it. And for stealth encryption, it's the same as standard encryption. It's just it's harder to see. Usually if you have a laser of some kind, that'll make it easier to locate them, but they kind of shimmer and shine in the air, and that'll give you more of an idea of where they are. That's taken hold. I really don't have much to add. I kind of went over everything that I did. If you want to know how other characters are, you can look at my Operator Ori run, as well as Flaccid Steak. There he is, the solid snake character. I've got videos on both those guys up on the channel, so you can look at that. But that's pretty much going to be the end of it. So thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And if you like H3 content, let me know, and I might do more of it. Peace out.